Ha! Fooled you. I'm not playing Super Mario 64 on Nintendo Switch. That's not even possible. Yup. This is how I'm gonna start out my video talking about Odyssey. What am I doing with my life?
Yahoo! Now that looks nasty.
Yo, what's up guys, Hypertonick here, and today we're talking about Super Mario Odyssey. That got a new trailer at E3, which blew me away. And I kind of talked about that earlier today. If you couldn't tell, I'm recording this the same day, except I'm wearing a different hoodie. Perfect logic. So Super Mario Odyssey is the next installment of a 3D Mario game, or an official 3D Mario game, where you can run around, explore an open sandbox world. It's non-linear. That's the key thing. It's not linear. You're not held down to go through this specific pathway. You can go and collect everything in any order you want to, while still remaining on the main story pathway. And yeah, technically Nintendo is right saying when we haven't seen one of those since 64 or Sunshine. I'd argue Galaxy, and so would other people, but they're technically right. So when we saw that trailer for Super Mario Odyssey back in the Nintendo Switch presentation, it blew everyone away, seeing that we're going back to that style of Mario. So what more could you ask from Super Mario Odyssey in this year's at this year's E3? Because Nintendo specifically made it clear that we were going to see something about Odyssey. Well, how about a whole bunch of new stuff for Odyssey, including one of the main gimmicks of the game, which is throwing your hat and capturing an enemy or object and having Mario become that enemy. That blew me away, as well as other people. One of my favorite things to do after like a new trailer for a game comes out, and it's like a really huge thing, is watching other people's reactions and seeing like how insane it is, and if it matches mine, like, whoa! Super Mario Odyssey is, to a lot of people, including me, the best Mario game out there, or the perfect Mario game out there, even though it has not come out as yet. It just seems like the Mario game that we've always wanted ever since 64 or Sunshine. Or, well, the latest 3D Mario being 3D World. Yeah, it's a really good Mario game, but it's also not an actual 3D Mario. I mean, it has the word 3D in it, but it's like the 2D Mario games of New Super Mario Bros. In a 3D space. Don't quote me on that. I love 3D World, but Super Mario Odyssey is looking to be an amazing Mario game. Going back to the actual trailer shown off at E3 for Super Mario Odyssey, there was a whole bunch of new stuff showed off. I mean, for one, there was 2 new worlds, one being an ancient dinosaur world, where you could capture dinosaurs. I mean, I guess that's replacing Yoshi. I was kind of hoping Yoshi would be in Odyssey, but I guess not. R.I.P. Yoshi. He will be missed. And there's also a second world, which kind of looks like Cappy's hometown. I mean, I've seen some people say something like, it's Nightmare Before Christmas. I'd argue that it's not, because you see a whole bunch of top hat stuff, which is what Cappy is also in his natural state. So I'd argue that it's not based off of Nightmare Before Christmas. It's supposed to be Cappy's hometown, but I could be completely wrong, so do not quote me on that. We saw 2 new worlds. Then we saw a whole bunch of new gameplay gimmicks. One of which, like I said, you can throw your hat and, in a way, possess a living being. Mario for kids. No, the correct term is actually capturing. You throw your hat and use a capture ability that Cappy has, and you can take over an enemy and use their powers for puzzle solving. And that's actually really good. I was so freaking out. I'm like, did Mario just become a Hammer Bro? Did Mario just become a Goomba? Mario just became like a little pole on the sidewalk and he could fling himself off of it? It blew my mind. and it's so abstract, something that you would not see in a Mario game. It's so out of the ordinary that it works. That's the thing. Like, you could possess, well, I said possess instead of capture, but it doesn't matter. You could possess a taxi and drive off as that taxi with a Mario hat and mustache. You could throw your hat, capture a human, and then possess like an RC car. You could possess a tank and destroy that Mecha Wiggler boss that you saw at the end of the first Mario Odyssey trailer. That, there's just so much anticipation coming off of that capture ability. Like, oh, I wonder what I could throw my hat at. Let me throw my hat at this and turn into this. Let me fling myself over here. Maybe I could throw my hat at this, and maybe I can go all the way here with this using this enemy's ability. It's all, the possibilities are literally endless with this game. I've never said something like that about any other game except this, where the possibilities are endless. That is just wow. And I'm only talking about this one gimmick. There's a whole other new stuff that's been shown off in Odyssey. Like, Mario could change his outfits, and the outfits are based off of previous Mario games. I mean, look at this. You see Mario in his Builder Mario outfit. Tell me that you do not know that's from Mario Maker. And then there's some other gimmicks that you can use with your hat. Nintendo showed off a few new hat throwing abilities, like for combat, you could throw your hat upwards, downwards, or all around you. That is actually really innovative. I would have never thought of something like that. So, oh my god. So, the Nintendo trailer, well, the trailer for Super Mario Odyssey mainly focused around the capture ability. But then the Nintendo Treehouse, they had a few live streams where they showed off some of the worlds in depth, and they showed off some of the bosses. They showed off some of the Metro Kingdom, and by Metro Kingdom I mean New Donk City, and the Sand Kingdom, which is the Mexican town. And then they showed off New World, or well, not New World, but it was the grass world. I believe it's called Steam Gardens, and they actually showed that off in depth. And one of the things that really interests me is that you can jump off the edge, and instead of dying, you go to like a darker forest. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's called like the Deep Forest. So no one would have thought that to access a whole new part of the world, you'd have to quote unquote kill yourself. Speaking of killing yourself, if you die, you don't lose lives. There are no lives. Instead, you lose the most important thing, which is your currency. You lose your coins. But at least you don't lose your purple coins, which you can use to buy Mario's outfits that I've already said. And it seems that all worlds in Super Mario Odyssey are completely based off of real world things, which is kind of hard to understand because back in the first trailer there was that food world, which I don't know what's that supposed to be based off of in the real world, but if Nintendo can pull it off, then they came this far with pulling it off. I spit. I cannot wait for this game. It is so anticipated by many gamers, including me. And the fact that it's coming out in October is the most surprising to me. At the end of the trailer, I'm like, they're probably gonna show a release date, huh? Maybe sometime around Christmas? No, sometime around Halloween. That was the holiday they were going for. Oh my god. And okay, you know how New Donk City has all those references to Donkey Kong? The mayor is Pauline. You wouldn't think that Pauline was coming back to Mario, or a mainstream Mario game. I don't know. This Odyssey, this Mario Odyssey game is looking to be the best Mario game out there. And it hasn't even came out. Nintendo, you never disappoint, Nintendo. Well, unless you don't make a new game for a video game series that hasn't gotten a new entry in a while, talking about you, Kid Icarus. But, you know, who am I to complain? You know that I'm a Mario fanboy, so you know I'm gonna be flipping over Mario Odyssey. Oh my god. All those dude, the trailer, not just the trailer, but all those gameplay clips that some representatives at Nintendo posted to the Nintendo channel. It showed off so much more than we already knew. It like comparing what we know now to the first trailer shown back off at the Nintendo Switch presentation, now we know so much more, and I feel pretty sure there's even more that we don't know. I mean, there's one more thing I want to talk about concerning Mario Odyssey. The new collectibles is the moons. Not the stars, not shine sprites, moons. They look like the moons from Super Mario World that gives you like 3 1-ups, but okay, so the thing is, in Mario Odyssey, when you collect one moon, you don't leave the world. You can continue collecting more and more moons, especially if they're like side quest moons, or like, well, not side quests, but like moons that are not portraying to the like following the story. Because when you get a moon that's like off the path of the actual story, you get like a little animation, but then when you get a moon that's like on the story pathway, you see like Mario and Cappy celebrating, and those are the moons that lead up to the Grand Moon. So, but another thing is, in Mario 64 and Sunshine, there was 7 stars / shine sprites, shine sprites in each world. In New Donk City, there was at least more than 10, and that might as well go for the other worlds. And I'm assuming that there's going to be at least 10 worlds in Mario Odyssey. That's a shot in the dark, at least 10. Calling it out right now. There might be more than 10, there might be less than 10. But each world has so many moons. It's either more than 10 or more than doubled the amount of stars / shine sprites, which is 7. So that is really intriguing, how there's so many things that you could collect. Not to mention all the references to past Mario games that they put in the game. Super Mario Odyssey, though, is looking to be an amazing Mario game. Has so many new gimmicks that turn the table that you've never seen in Mario before, like throwing your hat, and now you can possess a living enemy in Mario and use their powers. It looks amazing.